Apple may be preparing to raise the price of the iPhone 18 Pro in order to protect its profit margins, according to a well-known South Korean leaker, U1122. This claim is said to be based on research from major global banks including Citigroup, Bank of America, and JP Morgan. The core issue appears to be rising component costs, with memory prices, especially RAM and NAND flash, climbing sharply. These components play a major role in modern smartphones, and analysts believe the increase is simply too large for Apple to absorb, even with its highly efficient supply chain and strong negotiating power. As a result, consumers are likely to feel the impact directly. Current predictions suggest Apple will try to soften the blow by keeping entry-level models at their existing prices, while increasing the cost of higher storage variants, particularly in the Pro and Pro Max lineup. In simple terms, the more storage you choose, the more you'll pay, possibly more than ever before. This pricing strategy isn't unique to Apple. With memory costs rising across the industry due to surging AI-related demand, companies like Samsung and Xiaomi are expected to follow a similar path with their upcoming smartphones. The alternative would be absorbing the added costs, which would immediately cut into profits, something Apple appears reluctant to do. Reports indicate Apple is aiming for a middle ground by maintaining stable prices on regular models to keep demand steady, while quietly adjusting prices on premium versions. Even so, early market data suggests overall iPhone shipments next year could decline as buyers become more price-conscious. The surge in memory pricing is largely driven by increasing demand from AI startups, and analysts expect this pressure to continue for at least the next 2 years. Apple CFO, Kevin Parekh, confirmed in November that rising memory prices are already pushing up production costs, although he emphasized that Apple's scale and long-term supply agreements put it in a relatively strong position. If current rumors are accurate, Apple will initially launch only the iPhone 18 Pro, the iPhone 18 Pro Max, and possibly its first-ever foldable iPhone in September 2026, with the remaining iPhone 18 models arriving later in April 2027. This staggered release suggests Apple is deliberately targeting the high-end market first, focusing on customers who are more willing to pay a premium if the upgrades feel substantial. And those upgrades could be significant. The iPhone 18 Pro is rumored to feature the new A20 Pro chip built on an advanced 2nm process, promising major improvements in performance and energy efficiency. The main camera could introduce variable aperture technology for better depth control and improved low-light photography, while battery capacity may increase to meet growing user expectations. Design changes are also rumored, including a refreshed front layout with a punch-hole camera positioned on the left side, offering a modern twist on Apple's current look. On the software side, Apple is reportedly partnering with Google to bring new AI-powered capabilities to iOS, potentially making the iPhone smarter and more useful in everyday tasks. For loyal Apple users, these changes may be enough to justify higher prices, but others may opt for lower storage models, hold on to older iPhones, or skip the iPhone 18 lineup entirely. In a period of global economic uncertainty, any noticeable price increase will test Apple's ability to convince buyers that innovation still deserves a premium. Meanwhile, new reports from South Korea suggest Apple is enforcing stricter technical standards for OLED panels in its next-generation iPhones, potentially paving the way for major design changes starting with the iPhone 18 Pro Max. Apple is said to be requiring under-display infrared technology alongside next-generation LTPO OLED panels for its most premium model. This move is seen as a foundational step toward reducing or eventually eliminating visible front-facing cutouts, although it doesn't guarantee a fully seamless display just yet. Under-display infrared would allow Face ID's infrared sensors to operate beneath the screen rather than within the dynamic island or a notch. Face ID relies on infrared light to map the user's face in 3 dimensions, and hiding these sensors beneath an OLED panel presents significant challenges. OLED displays naturally absorb and scatter infrared light, which can reduce accuracy and reliability, especially in low-light conditions. This is why only Samsung Display and LG Display are currently believed to have the expertise and manufacturing capabilities to meet Apple's demanding standards at scale. Both companies have invested heavily in specialized materials and ultra-precise production processes to maintain display quality while supporting advanced sensor technology. Even with these advancements, under-display Face ID remains an unresolved engineering puzzle. Face ID is not a single component but a complex system of emitters, projectors, and receivers that must work flawlessly together. Apple may choose a phased approach, hiding some sensors while leaving others visible, resulting in a smaller dynamic island or a single camera cutout rather than a completely uninterrupted screen. Apple has explored similar ideas before, and rumors of under-display Face ID have surfaced repeatedly over the years without materializing into a commercial product. History shows that Apple prefers to wait until the user experience meets its standards, even if that means delaying new technology for several generations. For now, the dynamic island remains a practical compromise between design ambition and technical reality. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.